North Georgia students gathered at the rec center on Wednesday to join an open forum concerning the proposed recreational fields. The controversial proposal calls for the construction of 2 rec fields on the same grounds as Old Chow and the Promenade. The forum was presented by Derek Leonard, Director of Recreational Sports, along with Raj Sagu, President of the Student Government Association, and Jace Oliver, Project Manager of Facilities and Operations. Leonard describes why the fields are needed.
Evening classes prohibit students from playing. The 4 o'clock time slot is a nightmare. Another reason is the relieving pressure off of the drill field. We are a significant user of the drill field. Having rec fields would allow us to move most of our programming off of those fields. Less canceled games due to rain. We're able to move and play games on synthetic grass even if it rains. I mean, if we have rain, those things drain a lot better. And once again, the exposure for sport clubs and the ability to host all their home games on campus. Once again, why lights? Ability to play later, which accommodates our growing participation numbers. This allows us not to have to cap the number of teams. This allows us to move our games. You know, we can play at the 4 o'clock hour, but we now can play later on into the evening, which opens up intramurals to more participants.
Oliver gives details about the project and includes visual depictions.
The little red dots are kind of highlights of possible locations we could put in the existing lighting. We don't want you to top out Crown Mountain, come down and look like there's a big athletic field in the middle of campus. So I say that to say that we're working on solutions. I don't think we necessarily have one nailed down as far as how we're going to accomplish the lighting that lets him play into the evenings, and lighting that's not offensive to everyone else.
Students were given an opportunity to ask questions and voice their concerns.
I know that there's a lot of concern with aesthetics. I think that's the main problem, really. I feel like it's going to look good most of the year, but whenever fall and winter come along, it'll be the main focal point of campus, just because there's going to be a huge green spot.
Track, what are the chances of it being rubber over asphalt? Like, is it more likely to be rubber?
Of the students who attended the forum, when asked who was in favor, most students raised their hands. But the primary concerns about the proposal include the aesthetic appeal. Plus, many students want to keep the promenade.
The promenade might take longer to walk, but it's still pretty and it's, visually appealing part of campus. Also, whenever it snows, people ride down the hills next to the library on various plastic objects. I have this mental image of everyone just crashing into those fences, because they usually get pretty close to the promenade when they're riding down that hill. I speak from personal experience.
So you think they should keep the promenade?
Yes.
But others are all for it.
And I'm a broke college student. As far as these fields go, I'm so for it.
Faculty member Matt Williams also supports the proposal.
Our plan is to make this favorable to the university as a whole and the community, and students come first. That's what we're here for, the students. We have more programming. Drill field get back to normal, green space, and everybody wins in that situation.
The fields will be paid for with a $750,000 surplus that has been saved up from student activity fees. Even if the proposal does not go through, the surplus must still be spent on student activity.
It has to go towards a student activity project such as these. We can't go towards building new parking spaces. I know that's been brought up. Can't go towards scholarships. Can't go towards building maintenance. All those realms per Board of Regents policy does not get covered under the student activity fee, which is why it's being used towards this rather than something else.
The SGA is planning to vote on what to do with the surplus in the Hogue ABC rooms on March 3rd at 5:30. Be sure to stay with Vanguard News. We have several journalists writing about this developing story.
This field will be accessible to all students. It will be open. So it's not going to be uncommon for you to go out with some friends and throw the football around, play frisbee, as long as we keep our dogs off of it. Okay?
Reporting in Dahlonega, this is Max Bentley, Vanguard News.